Bountiful Redhawks and the Alta Hawks. This will be a fun one. It's been a long time since these two schools have played each other on the football field. Great matchup here. Both teams considered underdogs in this playoff bracket. Both teams double-digit seeds. The Bountiful Redhawks, the 10 seed, they got here by beating Springville on the road 36-35 in overtime. On a bootleg, 2-point conversion. And the Alta Hawks, the 11 seed, got here by beating Region 5 champ Roy on the road 13-9. So two underdogs, and we saw how an underdog did in game one. The Olympus Titans did just fine, and they almost took down number one Timpview. But the Thunderbirds get a field goal with no time left. Thornock wins it for the Thunderbirds, and Timpview's headed back to another 5A state championship game. Who will join them? We're about to find out. The Alta Hawks and Bountiful Redhawks about to kick off our other 5A semifinal here on KSL Sports. Jack McAllister will kick it off for Alta. And here we go. We are underway at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Short kick. It's received. And Bountiful has a chance to run this back. They do, and they get out to about the 21-yard line. The return by number 2, Brock McSwain. So we'll see the Bountiful offense first. The Redhawks offense led by junior quarterback Emerson Geilman, the latest Geilman to play quarterback for the Redhawks. Geilman's numbers this year: 2,654 yards, a 60% completion rate, 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He's taken some lumps, had some highs and lows in his first year as a starter, but he has his team here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Geilman will pass on first down, incomplete. This will be second down and 10 for the Redhawks. Great defense there by Alta. Damian Singleton in coverage, the right cornerback. They'll run it this time. Nice run. Tripped up. Our first look at number 26, Siaki Fekatoa, the sophomore star, who's really emerged as one of the best running backs in the state this season for the Redhawks. He's had some big games, including last week in the quarterfinals against Springville. Just short, though, 3rd and 4. Couple backs with Geilman. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep. And he's going to throw. Catch is made. First down, Bountiful. Brigham Morrison has the first down. You'll see a lot of Brigham on both sides of the ball. Brig Morrison might be their best athlete. Veteran player for them. We've seen a lot of snaps at the varsity level. Geilman keeps. Geilman's taken down by a group. Oh, the ball's loose. Not sure if it was down or not. They're going to mark it there. Looks like the ball was live, according to the officials. Bountiful fortunate to recover at the 33-yard line. Another look here, and Gauman tripped up. That is a fumble. So Alta did force the fumble, but it was recovered by number 5, Brandon Wilkinson. So Bountiful maintains possession with 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 11. Gauman loses 1 on the fumble. Trips to his right. He's going to pass quickly. Ball knocked down, line of scrimmage. Almost intercepted. Very, very close. It just hit the turf. Jackson DeMille thought he had it. That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Josiah Lapuaho is somebody to watch here today. 6'3", 320-pound nose guard. Also plays on offense. Number 77 for Alta is the biggest player on the field. He's going to be a problem all day for Bountiful. Gauman on 3rd and 11. He's flush. He's in the pocket, and he's sacked. He's going to go down. Manu Taula with the sack. 4th and 15. The Bountiful Redhawks will have to punt. The rugby-style kick. Bounces at the 50, takes a Bountiful bounce. Inside the 40, down to the 34-yard line, 36-yard line is where they will mark it. And that's where the Alta Hawks will start their first drive. At quarterback, we will see the sophomore, Kepa Nimoy Tolu. He missed last game as a quarterback. He played safety, but a hand injury kept him out of the quarterfinals as the quarterback. Matt McKay, the junior, will back him up, and we'll likely see McKay at some point in this game. But Kepa will play today. His first throw is caught. Nice move. Abe Jager, big gain down to the 45-yard line of Bountiful. The junior, 6'2", 170, with a nice catch and run. And the Hawks are into Bountiful territory. Nimoy Tolu. He's going to hand it off. Anthony Cottis, the ball carrier, had a monster game against Roy in the quarterfinals. He's tackled quickly there. He gets a gain of about 2 for Cottis. Nimoy Tolu, since he took over at the quarterback position this year, has had a monster season. 2,200 yards, almost 2,300 yards now. He's over the 2,300-yard mark. 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Just a sophomore. Bountiful showing blitz. They're going to back off now as Alta looks to switch things up. And now we got to stop and play. A timeout called by the Alta Hawks.
Timeout on the field. Alta, that first choice timeout on the half.
So we have a timeout with 8:03 remaining in the first quarter. No score between Alta and Bountiful. We'll take our first break as well. More Game Night Live action after this in the 5A state semifinals.
I love my new Chevy Blazer. The first time I saw one driving down the road, I knew I had to have one. It fits my skis perfectly. It's cute and comfy. I got my Chevy Blazer at John Watson Chevrolet. My experience was amazing. The staff always treats you like family, and it was easy from start to finish. I would rate John Watson Chevrolet 5 stars. In fact, I would give them 10 stars.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would definitely recommend anyone looking for a new car to come to John Watson Chevrolet.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. 8:03 left to go here. 5A semifinals. Alta and Bountiful. 2nd and 8 for the Alta Hawks. They are at the 46-yard line of Bountiful. First quarter action. If you missed it earlier, we had a dandy between Olympus and Timpview. The Titans almost pulled off a major upset, but the number 1 seed Timpview would prevail with a last-second field goal, a 24-yard field goal, sends Timpview to next Friday's 5A state championship game. And they will meet the winner of this game between Alta and Bountiful. So a lineman has to come out of the game. So Fisa for Alta. Now we're set and back to the action. Nimoy Tolu is going to check back to the sideline. The Alta offense resets. He's going to pass. Catch is made. Deep into Bountiful territory. Teliafu with the catch and run. Toa Teliafu with a big gain. And the Hawks are in the red zone with 7:54 left first quarter. The officials are discussing something. And it's a long, deep conversation. Any lip readers out there, let us know what you're seeing. Here we finally have the call.
Illegal formation. On Alta, 5-yard penalty will be played second down. The substitute came in, was an ineligible number.
So after a 5-minute conversation, we have that call that wipes out the play. That's a huge call. So it'll be second down at 13. Nime Tolu flips it ahead. That was Matt McKay, the backup quarterback, in as an athlete. So we'll see him in Split wide. Matt McKay, who's had several starts as the Alta quarterback. He was their starting quarterback last season. Now splitting duties with Nime Tolu. McKay led Alta to a victory in the quarterfinals at the quarterback position. McKay's going to carry it again. No, it's Nime Tolu. He gets the first down. So the quarterback keeps this time after McKay gets the run. And the Hawks have a first down.
The penalty doesn't totally kill them on this drive. They end up keeping it going, but great job with the quarterback keep there. We know this two-quarterback system here has been a hassle for a lot of people. You know, a lot of teams don't really handle it well, but Alta's been able to do that well this year.
Nime Tolu hands it off. Cottis, nowhere to go. He's tackled quickly by that Bountiful defense. This will be second and about 10. No gain on the play for Cottis. Alta goes tempo. At least showing it. Bountiful showing blitz. Now they back off. Four-man rush. Incomplete, and they're going to throw the flag. The contact was late. Felt like it was after the ball got there, but they're still going to call it.
That felt simultaneous,
yeah.
But you got to understand where the emotions were coming from on the sideline right there. The sideline got into that ref's ear and made it happen. I've been a victim of that. We played Michigan, and Michigan sideline was all on the refs, and they were getting so many calls.
15 pass interference. Yeah. Pass interference, number 2 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Brock McSwain gets hit with a 15-yard penalty, and the Hawks are knocking on the door of the red zone. Nime Tolu's going to keep again. No, this is McKay. Nime Tolu is in motion. McKay was in at quarterback on that one, and McKay has a first down inside the 10 down to the 7, and the Hawks are goal to go from the 7-yard line. Great drive here by the Hawks, their first offensive possession. And they're taking up a lot of time, too. Just like last week's Sly in the quarterfinals, we did that game between Roy. And this offense chews up a lot of clock. You think with the way they play that they would be more fast-paced, but they like to run clock. Nime Tolu trying to force his way into the end zone, but he's stacked up at the 5. They'll give him the 4-yard line.
I think that was McKay again.
They keep switching that up.
Yeah.
Confusing everybody, including me.
Well, they're getting great production out of it, so keep it going. But that rotation at the QB position, it'll throw a lot of people for a loop, especially the defenses. Who's in at quarterback? What do we prepare for? McKay's listed as an athlete, which means he can be anywhere. Yep. From the QB to the running back to the tight end to the receiver. This guy's all over the place.
So it's definitely Nime Tolu at quarterback now. Going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep. Nime Tolu down to the 1. Nime Tolu down to the 1-yard line. So the quarterback keeper gets him on the 1-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
And put the big bodies in here. We've seen this last week at Roy. This is big time here. This is big boy football. They just make it happen. They go real tight. It's their vision of the tush push here.
They got Siosaya Lapuaho, 6'3", 320 leading the way. Is it enough?
I don't think he got there.
Bountiful turns them back. What a play by the Bountiful defense.
That was automatic last week, it felt like. And then this week, Bountiful was like, oh no, we watched too much film of this. But he got to the half-yard line. It's 4th down. They said, we're going to go for it again. Let's do this.
Joshua Lillenquist in there. Evan DeHart was in there. Here we go again. 4th down. Waiting for the signal.
That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. The Alta Hawks are in on 4th down and goal, and they strike first in this 5A semifinal.
Great drive. As we said, took a lot of time off the clock. That puts a lot of pressure on that defense. The defense gets tired. They get like, man, this is ever going to end. And then you end it with points. That's even more demoralizing. So great drive by Alta right there, scoring first.
Matt McKay, the holder. Jack McAllister, the sophomore, will kick it. And he gives Alta a 7-0 lead. So with 3:33 left, first quarter, the Alta Hawks strike first. They're up 7-0 against Bountiful. Let's check in with Mariluz Cook, who's down on the sideline, covering today's game for us. Mariluz getting ready. Mariluz, go ahead.
I'm here. Okay, well, guys, I tell you what, it is a lot of fun here in this stadium, and part of what is making today so fun is the students that have traveled out. I talked to Bountiful, and they're telling me that they only had 4 classes today. The entire school was let out early to make sure that they could come out here and be here. They described the vibe of their student section as phenomenal, and they're feeling so confident that they told me already Timpview isn't ready. Now, when I talked to Alta, they told me that they're so dedicated. They have been here since 11 a.m. today. They rode over on the tracks, they carpooled, but they are showing up and showing out. A lot of fun here. Gonna be rowdy. It is going to get rowdy. Back to you.
Thanks, Mariluz.
Alta said that you don't need to give me 4 periods. I'm taking the whole day off. I'm not even going to try. I'm coming here studying the previous team. I'm going to be ready for next week. As I said, these fans, these student sections, they're really dedicated. They're ready for college level already. I said, I've been here since 11.
If you love football, this is the place to be. If you can't get up here today, get out here tomorrow for these 6A semifinals and 1-4A semifinal. It's going to be another great day, but we're focused on this matchup right now between Alta and Bountiful. The Hawks up 7-0. 3:30 left first quarter. Now Bountiful will get another chance on offense. That is very returnable and will be returned from the 8. Room to run. Gets out to about the 27-yard line. Nice return.
It's a good return.
That was McSwain again. Brock McSwain with the return, his second of the game. All right, Bountiful's offense will try to get something going here. Forced the punt on their first drive. Dialman's going to hand it off. Tough run by Siaki Fekitoa, the sophomore.
As we said, this sophomore class around the state, we saw Helaman Kasuga last game. We know Devon Echo over there at Lehigh. Saki Fekitoa here. This sophomore class is Emi Mwala at Davis. This sophomore class is huge. It's great. Huge production from them. Fekitoa, when we covered him earlier this year, it was just an absolute monster.
And Alta's got Kepa Nimoy Tolu, the
yes,
sophomore quarterback. So you're absolutely right. The class of 2026 is loaded. Nice TFL for the Hawks. After a 7-yard gain by Fekitoa, the Hawks turn them back. It'll be third down. Officially, it'll be a no gain. They gave him forward progress. So it'll be third down and 3 from the 35-yard line. Gileman with 4 receivers. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to throw. And he's going to run.
Great.
Well done by Gileman. Down to the 43-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Bountiful.
I don't know if that was designed, but it also had the option of having, or it had the ability to be an option too. Fekitoa was out on the flats to receive the pitch if he wanted to pitch it. So it's like a play action QB draw option. It's very, very interesting. They ran that really well, but that was a great pickup there by Geilman.
Screen. Falatau Satuala, our first chance to see Bountiful's 3-star recruit. It's not announced officially where he's going. Utah wants him really bad.
We saw Morgan Scally at that game earlier this year, doing some recon on him. He said that he's one of those guys you can put anywhere on the football field. I know he's got a lot of offensive talent, but defensively, he can grow to be a D-end, a linebacker, even come down to be a big-time safety. Just one of those guys that Utah is known for developing.
Geilman with a quick toss. Catch is made. Britton Tidwell with the catch. That's going to move the chains. So Bountiful inside the 40 of Alta.
They're moving the ball well. This is nice. Nice taking what the defense gives me. If the flat's open, I'll take it. If this running play is open, I'll take it. Good mix of run and pass. This is a good drive they're putting together.
39 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Very different than the Timpview offense we saw, who was, kind of no huddle. I call the play at the line of scrimmage. Get up and go.
Nice play by the Alta defense. But Siaki Fekatoa was still able to pick up 3-4 yards, even though he was hit in the backfield.
Great job by him, because there was instant penetration on that. Instant penetration to where he was not able to get anything from that. And he was able to fall forward, pick up 3 yards, which is a good gain on first down.
This could be the last play of the quarter.
Gotta go.
Or maybe we've already seen the last play of the quarter.
We've seen it. It's gone.
That's it. The first quarter has come to an end, and after one quarter, the Alta Hawks lead the Bountiful Redhawks 7-0. We'll be right back with second quarter action after this.
Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey.
From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials,
SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America.
Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front.
SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you.
Or shop online at slrc.com.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. We begin the second quarter. The Bountiful Redhawks have the ball. Their possession at the Alta 35-yard line. The Hawks scored on their first offensive drive. Bountiful now on their second drive, trying to match it here in this 5A semifinal. The winner will move on to take on the Timpview Thunderbirds next Friday night here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. So Bountiful back in the huddle. It'll be second down and 7 from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they take their time. They make sure they get it done. They are not fast-paced. But that game last week at Springville, man, they had to keep it to keep up with Springville. 36-35 in overtime. That was a heck of a game by Bountiful.
Fortune favors the bold, and the Braves in overtime went for two. Called up the quarterback bootleg. Geilman walked into the end zone and walked right into the semifinal matchup here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. But a thriller last week at Springville. And that was not easy for Bountiful to take down the Springville Red Devils, who many thought would be here. As I mentioned in the open, we got two double-digit seeds in a semifinal. You don't see that very often.
You don't, and we almost had Olympus beat Timpview just a while ago. That would have been a crazy state final.
Here we go, 2nd and 7 as the second quarter begins. Geilman going to hand it off, up the middle. Decent gain on second down.
That's great.
Give Bountiful 3rd and short.
Yeah, make it 3rd and short. You can do multiple things. This is an area where you can go for it on 4th down as well. You don't have to pick everything up on 3rd down if you don't trust your kicker. But here, this is multiple down territory here. You can run the football. You can run a sprint option here. Even play action if you want. But you don't have to be stuck on one thing. You can be extremely versatile. This is a control down, 3rd and 4th.
Brig Morrison had that carry. Fekatoa also back there with him now on this one. Following some blockers, it's close. He's right there at the 28-yard line. That's right at the marker. Let's see what they decide to do. Did he get it? No, he's short.
It's going to be short.
It's going to be 4th down and inches.
Which is fine. It's exactly what you wanted. This is, you're going to go for it. This is 2 down territory. You go for it on 4th down here, and you just want to make that 4th down really short, right? Because now the defense is going to load up with the box, and say you do something like this. This is what Utah experienced up at Oregon State. Everybody thought it was going to be a tush push. They threw it out on the sideline. Next thing you know, somebody was gone.
Now we got a timeout. So timeout on the field. The Redhawks called timeout. 10:36 left to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a short break as well. 7-0 Alta leads Bountiful in the 5A semifinals here on Game Night Live.
I love my new Blazer. It's cute and comfortable, very quiet, and drives really good in any weather condition. My experience buying it here at John Watson Chevrolet was super awesome. Everyone was really friendly. I didn't feel a ton of pressure, and they helped me get the exact Blazer that I wanted. Definitely a 5-star experience.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would give them 6 or 7 stars if I could.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey.
From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials,
SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America.
Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front.
SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you.
Or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. A beautiful Thursday afternoon for football. Football weather here as we continue the second quarter. Bountiful on 4th down and 1, they get it. The Redhawks convert. Huge play for Bountiful. That'll move the chains to keep this drive alive.
That was a surge. They moved that line of scrimmage like it was nothing. That was great. As I said, this is 2-down territory. You use 3rd down to get a little closer to 4th down, and then you run your power eye right there. Great job. Double lead blockers right through the B gap. Picked up the 1st down with ease.
Fekatoa with the carry. First down and 10 now from the 26. Geilman pitches inside. That's a pass. Fekitoa has a chance. Finally wrapped up at the 12. Otherwise, he's taking it to the house.
Yeah, that was a touchdown saving tackle for sure. Great read by Fekitoa and curling back in. After he received this pitch, he curled it all the way back in. I don't know how you have vision for that, but he does. That was a great job by him, and seeing that, getting to it in one missed tackle away from a touchdown.
Damian Singleton saves the touchdown for Alta. But it's first and 10 from the 11 for Bountiful. Geilman's going to keep. Looking to throw. Has time. Now he's going to run. Takes it up. Gets to the 2-yard line. He's a yard short of another first down. In fact, they're going to give it to him. He's at the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
So he's got first and goal from the 1-yard line now for Bountiful. They're knocking on the door.
They put 2 big boys in there already, so I think I know what the deal is right now.
Jumbo.
All right, no messing around. Let's get in the end zone right now on this play.
Give him a little Penn State here.
Oh, that still hurts. Hey, but when you run something to perfection like that, you don't go away from it.
Okay. Power formation. They're going to give into the end zone for the touchdown. Siaki Fekitoa. And the Bountiful Redhawks are an extra point away from tying this game.
Oh, that play design was beautiful. Oh, you only got to appreciate that. They loaded up the left side, made it look like they were going left, as they did on that 4th down conversion. They sent to motion and shifted everything back to the right, and he walked in. Nobody even touched him. Oh, that was a beautiful play design, but great execution by these Bountiful Hawks.
The extra point is good. We are tied at 7.
Yeah, easy. That motion brought him back over there. Didn't even get touched. That was beautiful. Everybody, you see all the defenses over there on the left side because they thought it was going that way. Shoot, I thought it was going that way too. Then they brought the motion back, and I'm just like, oh, caught the defense slipping. Great play call. Tie ball game here. Great drive by Bountiful. Great first drive by Alta. 7-7.
Both teams chewing up a lot of clock. We're already 9:14 left in the second quarter, and Alta's just getting their second possession of the game. Burned a lot of clock. Both teams don't mind that at all. That kick is into the end zone for a touchback. So Alta will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
Good job. Want to see if they get Anthony Cottis more involved on this drive. He was a big factor in that win last week at Roy. Over 100+ yards. They just gave him the ball and just watched him work. See if they do that here on this drive.
Nimoy Tolu is the quarterback. He's going to throw it quickly. Catch is made by Abe Jager. Has 2 big gains in this game. That one's right at the sticks for a first down. So 10 yards on first down for Abe Jager.
Abe. I don't hear that name too often anymore. Abe Jager. Sounds like a name that should have been on Top Gun.
Sounds like somebody who flies fighter jets.
Right.
Nimoy Tolu, plenty of time.
Takes
a wide open look. Abe Jager wide open. Finally caught by McSwain, but not before he gains a lot of yards deep into Bountiful territory. Abe Jager.
If he didn't have to slow down here and catch this ball, if he would have caught that in stride, that's a touchdown. He had to slow down and do a 360 after he caught it. If he didn't have to do that, that's a touchdown.
The 6'2 junior with a 52-yard gain. It's now 1st and 10 Alta at the 18 of Bountiful. They are in the red zone. Nimoy Tolu passes again. Doesn't get too far this time. That catch was made by number 88, Garth Weber.
Garth. Somebody's parents liked Wayne's World.
Party on Garth.
Party on
nice
Garth.
Catch. And that's going to happen again here later in the game, trust me. I may use that later, especially if he finds the end zone. Been practicing all week, Sly.
Right.
Nimoy Tolu to Jager. He fights, he's still going. Finally wrapped up. Great effort, though, by Jager. Still, it only results in a very short game.
Great job right there. I mean,
Falatau Satuala had to come in and clean up. The two-way star for Bountiful.
We're going to say his name a lot today. He's a big part of this team. This is exactly where he wanted to be in his senior year.
They're not here without him.
No.
Special player. Matt McKay takes the pitch, throws it in the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Alta! The gadget play works!
Slade Taylor. That was an amazing play setup. One, with the motion, coming back to the same side from the motion. So who's ever following him in motion is continuing on the other side while he's coming back. Hits the crosser in the second window. Just a great play design right there.
The extra point is blocked. Bountiful blocks the extra point. What happened last game?
Right, just like last game.
Remember that.
That is
Remember
very important.
That could matter later. But let's go back and look at the touchdown by the sophomore, Slade Taylor.
Look at that. Look at how he's throwing this football right now. He's not even your starter. Great job by Matt McKay right here, settling out, finding the window. The initial receiver was covered, but coming back to the second window, throwing on the run to your offhand side. That is not hard. I mean, that is not easy to do. That is very, very difficult. Great play by Matt McKay. Get your athletes to football and watch them work. Matt McKay, one of your athletes that just makes things happen. Did a great job last week, does an even better job on that drive right there, contributing. He's been doing a lot of different things on this offense, from running the football to throwing touchdowns now. Great work by Matt McKay.
Is Mariluz ready? Let's go down to Mariluz Cook when she's ready.
A lot of great stories between both of these teams.
This Alta football team is certainly playing for something so much bigger than themselves, and it's for their head coach, Ala Mateo, who's going to be retiring after being at the helm of this program for 9 seasons. Now, he's left an impact that far surpasses just Alta. He's had a 35-year coaching career here in the state of Utah. And even last week, when I spoke to the opposing coach, the one that his team defeated to get to this point, Chris Salamana of Roy High School, he thanked him just for being such a wonderful mentor and said that his impact is something that he hopes to have. Not everybody gets to have a 35-year coaching career. So you know that these guys really are trying to play to see their coach get to coach another game. So definitely special, something to look out for tonight. Back to you guys.
Mariluz, thank you. Right now, Ala Mateo's in that position to coach, make his last game as a coach a state championship game. That'd be something for this Alta team to make that run. They're ahead 13-7 right now here against Bountiful. Now the Redhawks have a chance to answer, as they did moments ago. Ala Mateo, you talk to anybody in the state about Alema, and you'll never hear a negative word. He's had a huge impact on so many young men over the years. both as a high school football coach. He coached at the college level, spent some time at Snow College. And, of course, the all-poly program, the all-poly camps. So many young men had a chance to get exposure at the Division I level and earn scholarships through that program. So a lot of young men who are grateful for the all-poly experience that allowed them to get that opportunity to play at the next level and beyond. So Alain Mateo has left quite a legacy in this state when it comes to coaching football, and that legacy's not over yet. McSwain again for Bountiful. Gets it out to about the 29-yard line. So Brock McSwain on the return gives Bountiful the ball at the 29-yard line to start this drive. Redhawks have plenty of time here before halftime. 6:51 left to go before the halftime break. Down 13-7. Let's see what the Redhawks do here. We got two evenly matched teams, Sly, and you can tell the way this is going so far. Both teams play sound football, great coaches. Coach Freckleton at Bountiful's done a tremendous job with this program as well. Nice run on first down.
Yeah, what I like about both of these programs is they get down, something happens, something major, an interception, an opponent score a touchdown, something happens. They don't flinch. Neither of these teams flinch when something like that happens. That is a great quality to have. They continue with their game plan, running the football, passing the football, and until they come out with the outcome, and that's what led them here to the semifinals.
Second down and 4 from the 35. Geilman has trips to his right, but he's going to go to Fekatoa. No, he's going to keep. Geilman breaks tackles. He's got a first down, and he's going to go down at the 44-yard line.
Great take, great take. Great decision on keeping it right there, nice and tight to the offensive line. And then when you do receive contact, stay low. Stay low. People are coming to hit you.
Another interesting note with Coach Teo is he was once an assistant at Bountiful, and he was a coach with Coach Freckleton, Jason Freckleton at Bountiful. And as the KSL Sports Rewind guys were talking about before the game, Coach Freckleton owes a great deal to Coach Teo for his coaching career. Satuala wrapped up. He isn't going anywhere. Big tackle for loss by number 3. Tony Vainuku. So Vainuku with the tackle for loss. It's not easy to tackle Salatau Fatuala, but he did it. Great play by Alta, and it's going to be second and 14. That's a loss of 4. Great job by Vainuku.
It's a big loss, too.
Alta showing some pressure. They don't. They back off, and now Geilman's going deep, and we got a flag.
That's 2 flags.
Multiple. They were both, it looks to be on the defensive side. Let's wait and see. Wasn't sure about the first one. The second one's definitely pass interference.
Yeah, defensive holding and pass interference.
Boy, Bountiful got him there. I wasn't expecting pass either. It's a great, great play call by the Redhawks.
So we're going to decline 10.
They're going to take the bigger penalty.
2 fouls on the defense, holding number 10 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 6 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I don't even need to go tell the coach. I'm just going to decline it for him. And he'll be all right.
So they'll place the football at the 45-yard line of Alta. 4:47 on the clock. Plenty of time for the Redhawks as they try to even or take a lead with an extra point with a touchdown. Fekatoa. Fekatoa loose, breaks tackles. Siaki Fekatoa. Another big tackle break. He just steamrolled an Alta defender on his way to the 6-yard line. This is a sophomore. Wow.
This is great blocking across the board. First by the offensive line, and then downfield, the blocking by Sawyer Crane. Great job at the ex-receiver, pushing his cornerback back, making that block point, tackle point even harder for Alta. But powerful run by Fekitoa.
Wow. What a huge play by Fekitoa. And Sly, we saw him when we broadcasted the Bountiful and Roy game.
Yes.
The Region 5 title game. And Fekitoa got our attention in that performance. You mentioned that sophomore class. He is definitely one of those guys in the state that is part of that class that is really emerging as a outstanding high school football player. And he's off to a great start here in this semifinal game. He's got his team 6 yards away from potentially taking the lead.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. We covered that game. He was doing so much for this offense. Essentially, it was running through him. It was actually a great sight to see. They couldn't do much in the passing game, but, man, you just hand the ball off to this sophomore. He was getting yards out the yin-yang, up the middle, off tackle, in the passing game. He's a big, big part of this offense and a reason why they're here at the semifinals as well.
Team's back on the field. We're ready to pick this up again. 4:24 left here in the second quarter. Alta with a 13-7 lead over Bountiful, but the Redhawks are knocking on the door. First and goal from the 6-yard line after the Fekitoa run. Geilman's going to throw it. It's picked off! Interception!
Oh, no. That was Jackson Tuala.
Jackson Tuala, one of the most highly recruited players on this roster who has offers from Pac-12 schools, with a monster pick. Bountiful knocking on the door, but Tuala reads this and picks off Geilman's pass, and the Alta Hawks defense comes up big.
That's a part of your pre-snap reads, right? You know, they were talking about it. Tom Brady had on his QB wristband, find number 20, find Ed Reed. Before every single play, I have to know where Ed Reed is. Tuala's one of those guys, you got to know where he's at. If he's on the guy, your number one receiver, should probably not throw there. Great position by him and intercepted that football.
Jackson Tuala changed this game with one play. Wow. Bountiful was just 6 yards away from potentially taking the lead. Jackson Tuala ends the drive with a pick.
Yeah, sending, of course, Bountiful did the right thing. You're going after your number one guy and Falata Tuala. But Alta's number one guy had something to say about that.
Nime Tolu at quarterback. Anthony Cottis with another carry. They'd like to get Cottis going. He was huge last week against Roy, but Bountiful's done a great job. They're not giving up anything between the tackles.
Oh, I don't think we've seen enough of an attempt at Cottis. I think these guys need to try to give it to him the way they were giving it to him last week. Hand that ball off. Make it happen. Let him build some rapport in this running game. This is a different field. They got to make it happen.
Alta's pass game's been the difference in this game.
Right.
Jager with some big gains, and then the gadget play with McKay to get the touchdown. McKay, speaking of on this carry here, he's wrapped up on 3rd and 3. He's not get anywhere close.
Lost yards.
To the marker. So Alta now 4th down. They're going to have to punt. So they can't take advantage of the turnover with points, but man, was that a huge play by Jackson Tuala to keep Bountiful out of the end zone.
Keep him out of the end zone, pump him back towards their side of the field, flipping field position back. At any point, it was a great play by Tuala. Exactly what you want to do. Drain another few minutes off of the clock, which is what you want to do. Ooh, almost blocked.
Oh, the punt's dropped. He still picks it up and gets some positive yardage. In fact, he gets into Alta territory. So a great job by Jacob Brooks. Turned a muff punt into a positive gain. Didn't panic. Showed some composure, picks up the ball and gets it up to the 46-yard line of Alta. So yeah, slide for Bountiful. Mentally, this is a tough one because you just were 6 yards away from taking the lead, and then it was taken away, and you got to regroup now. You still got a chance to get it now with 2:02 left to play in the half.
Yeah, but you just got to put a little tempo to your process is all, and you still get into the end zone. But again, this is the state semifinals. You don't want to miss opportunities.
Short game by Fekitoa that time.
Aki Fekitoa. Yeah, so they're content with moving slow. I said they gotta put a little.
That clock's running.
They gotta put a little pep to the step, and
yeah,
I don't think they heard me.
They have 2 timeouts. Geilman trips to the left, is looking that way, but they're going to go screen. Oh, room to run! A lot of room to run! Touchdown, Bountiful! Britton Tidwell, 45 yards on the receiver screen.
Great.
He wasn't touched.
Again, the play design, absolutely beautiful. You get all the attention. Salatal Fatuala to the far side of the field. You pump fake to the far side of the field, and you come back, and the wide receiver tunnel screen on the backside is wide open. Blocked to perfection, executed to perfection. Again, that play design was absolutely awesome. Perfect timing. I was wondering why they were going slow. They was like, I got this. It ain't nothing. I got the perfect play. Let's set it up and run it right.
The extra point is good, and Bountiful has taken the lead.
Good.
Oh, it's no good.
No good.
It's no good.
Tied ball game.
We're tied. How about that? There's a flag down, though. There is a flag. Are we going to get another attempt?
I think we will. Or are we going to go big boy package and just have Siaki Fekitoa just run it in and take a 3 score? No, a 2-point lead.
Personal foul, number 77. Averaging half the distance to the goal. Retry.
Yeah.
So Bountiful gets a second chance.
Are they going to re-kick it or are they going to go for it? Looks like they're going to re-kick it here.
Landon Zayas.
Clock's moving.
That one is good.
Yes.
So the Bountiful Redhawks take a 14-13 lead with 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the first half. Another look at this great play. Tidwell for the touchdown.
That speed in the open field. Blocked up perfectly. Executed perfectly. Got the defense when they're trying to be really aggressive and knock it out. Great job. Great side of the field to call it. Great execution by this football team. It's exactly what you want.
Perfect execution by Bountiful. Sets up the 45-yard catch and run for Tidwell. And Bountiful patiently has taken the lead. And I talked about it, Sly, the response after a turnover like that. They responded well.
Yes. Yes, it's exactly what you want. They were calm, cool, and collected. Both of these teams have been in these positions before. They're ready to go. I mean, now they're about to go into halftime with a 1-score lead, and we'll have to see how Alta comes out of that.
Brigham Black with the kickoff.
Returnable.
That is coming out. He's got a lane. Now he's taken and wrapped up.
That's not
Fights
bad.
his way to the 26-yard line. Nice return, though. So Alta's got some time here in that offense with these receivers.
This penalty's not going to help.
Yeah, that's actually going to set him back.
It's where the penalty occurred, right? So this might be a half the distance to the goal penalty, so it'll go back to the 7.5, almost 8-yard line.
The return team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah. So this will essentially be a 92-yard field here.
In a minute 5, let's see if they can do it.
93-yard field.
At least give their kicker a chance to put some points on the board and take the lead. Great first half. It's been fun. We're not done yet. We got a minute and 5 left, but both these teams trading blows. Touchdown for touchdown here, and a missed extra point is the difference. Nime Tolu all alone in the backfield. Here comes McKay. Nope, he's going to keep it. Trying to get to the outside. Fatuala in pursuit, knocks him out of bounds.
Big hit. Big hit.
Salatau Fatuala.
Said, you want to hold on to the ball? All right, I got you. I got you. Let me set you up, line you up. Bang.
Falatau Fatuala with the big hit in the tackle. .57 seconds left in the half. Nime Tolu with 5 receivers. He's going to throw it. Over the middle. Catch is made. Right at the 6. Time the bigger concern than first downs at this point, but that keeps it going. That's Slade Taylor again, who had the touchdown earlier.
I got one timeout. Let's see what they try to do here.
Nime Tolu looking downfield. Ooh, that was essentially thrown away. Taylor's got to take a break. He's hobbling off the field. Clock does stop with that incompletion. 2nd down and 10 from the 17.
Oh,
incomplete.
Couldn't see it. Did not see that.
Trying for Jager again.
There was a window. He read zone. It was the right call. Receiver just could not see that. Yeah, they hit him
Jager
right.
couldn't see it.
Hit him right in the leg.
3rd and 10 with 30 seconds left. Cottis comes in the backfield. They're going to make a change at running back. Here we go, under 10 seconds on the play clock, no problem. Nime Tolu calls for the snap, throws over the middle, catch is made. Right at the 6, I think they're going to give it to him. If so, that stops the clock momentarily, but they're going to start it quickly. Clock has already started. Alta's got to hurry. They're down to 20 seconds, and the clock is running. Nime Tolu looking downfield deep. Oh, he was there. He couldn't see it. The sun again.
Yeah. Gotta stop running.
That sun is shining through the stadium right there, and it is blinding the receivers.
Yeah, gotta stop running routes right there.
Oh, he was open, Sly.
He was wide open.
He catches that, he scores.
They would have hit him in stride. He wouldn't have slowed down. Nothing. He would have been right there. They gotta start running those routes on the left hash instead of the right hash. The left side of the field needs to run the number 1 and 2 routes there, so the receivers don't have that issue.
9 seconds left. 2nd and 10, but the time matters more. This could be the last play of the half. Still fighting for yards. Goes down at the 35-yard line. And they're going to stop the clock with 1 second.
Wow.
So Alta is going to try to do something here.
Yeah, what are you thinking? You're 60-something yards away.
You're not even in Hail Mary position at this point.
What are you in a deep dig route with the hook and ladder attached to it?
But Alta's going to use that timeout, and they're going to try to do something. They're going to take advantage of every opportunity they have in this game. So they'll draw something up with 2 seconds to try to go 64 yards. We've seen crazier things.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So where all these guys needed to do was kneel it last week, and they're trying to pitch the football.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
One last shot for Alta. Nimoy Tolu's going to throw it short to Jaeger. He made it interesting for a moment there.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, what's that? What else is attached to this?
It's going to boost his stats, which were already pretty lofty here from his performance in the first half, but that's how the half ends. This is exactly what we expected, a close ball game between two very evenly matched teams. But it's Bountiful that goes into the locker room with a 14-13 lead over Alta. The difference in this game, a missed extra point. We'll hear from head coach Mateo of Alta here momentarily when he's ready to go. Before then, Sly, just your real quick thoughts on what you saw here in the first half.
Yeah, I see two teams that don't mind taking their time.
Yeah, yeah.
Eating up the clock, doing good, a good mix of run and pass, QB run game on both sides, more QB run game from Bountiful than I was expecting. This is nice. Normally you would bring Falatau in to run the Wildcat, but it was great.
Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook, who's standing by with Alta head coach Mateo.
Coach Teo, close one here heading into the locker room. What is going to be your message to your team at the half?
You know, we just got to clean up some things on special teams. Also, just go back to fundamentals, you know. I mean, we know exactly what they're trying to do. On defense, we just got to tackle better, you know, make our key reach tackle better. And our offense, just execute, you know, loosen up a little bit, you know. We're a little tight right now. And so, you know, we got to loosen them up a little bit, come back out here and battle our butts off.
All right, Coach. No one knows better than you. Thanks. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mary Lou's. Coach Teo with some wisdom there. Just get back to fundamentals.
I feel like he said that last week.
Uh-huh.
Or was that Coach Atawala said that earlier today? And it's crazy because a lot of these coaches have the same philosophies.
Yeah.
Right? But I felt like he said that last week at the game at Roy. It was absolutely awesome. And they pulled that win out, and sometimes that's what you have to do, get back to the basics and make it happen.
All right, let's go down to the KSL Sports Rewind guys. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen, and Moose Bingham standing by with the halftime show.
And welcome into the halftime for Alta and Bountiful. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham, and Jeff Hansen with you. And tell you what, Alta Hawks, these guys come out. They told us they had some things up their sleeves, Jeff, and they certainly did.
They sure did. They throw out two quarterbacks for a touchdown pass on a trick
zone
play.
replay. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that was fantastic. This has been a tough game. Both teams playing, I think, really well. It's a lot like what we expected. We expected this to be close. We expected defense and then a couple of big plays, and here we are. Both teams, I think, have played really well in this first half.
I think they've both taken advantage of their opportunities. Alta down here with the defensive stop, turning the ball over, but then Bountiful coming right back in, and their running back is an absolute dude. You're just like, okay, he's going to get stopped. He's not fast enough. Bam, bam, and he is fast enough, and he is just getting her done.
Oh, go ahead, Dane.
Been a fun game in the trenches, right? We talked about that. Both teams trying to establish the run. There's a lot of time left. I mean, it's even. It looked that way on the field.
Yeah.
Well, and there's times this running game for Bountiful at times in that first half was redonkulous.
Yeah. Yeah, Moose and I were talking about that during the first half. Fekitoa, is he the best running back in the state? I said Devon Eka might have something to say about that. Moose didn't agree.
Both sophomores.
But both are fantastic. And Fekitoa is making a strong case for the best running back here. He's been unreal and really been the catalyst. I mean, when Bountiful can't get going offensively, they turn to Fekitoa, and he makes a play, and that sort of opens up everything for the Bountiful offense.
On the flip side, Alta with Abe Jaeger comes in. He has some big plays. If the sun wasn't in Alta's eyes, I think they could have gotten a touchdown here in the second half or second quarter. And I was like, wow, these are 2 missed opportunities for big plays for Alta. So this next half, the sun's going down quickly, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Alta.
But don't discredit Bountiful's defense. Maybe they knew that was going to be a blind spot, so that was intentional.
Brilliant.
Let's go through some highlights from the first half, as there were plenty. And I thought, again, Alta, that opening drive, they were clean. They found Abe Jaeger. There's some local colleges that love him. This was a chance. I thought that could have been a touchdown if he stays outside.
Well, and I think the big thing here is that air attack was going really good. Obviously, they score here on the quarterback run, but it's one for we talked about the consistency on the outside by their receivers. They were consistent in the opening quarter. They caught just about every ball that was thrown their way.
And I love here to go power eye, looking like Delta back in 2001, and get that ball in the end zone without having to go with the tush push. But the passing game, I've been super impressed with the passing game from Alta in the first half.
That's a great stutter move there.
That was. I mean, Jaegers had a great first half, and I'm with you, Dusty. I've been impressed by the Alta passing game. They've really got this Bountiful defense moving. I mean, with pre-snap motion, with the way that they're mixing the ball around, Bountiful's been on their heels at times, and that's when Alta's been able to really capitalize.
I think it's interesting, the old adage goes, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. But Alta has 2 guys out there that can really sling the ball, that are not selfish.
That's the key,
that are
right?
willing to go out and put the team first. And they don't care who crosses the end zone. They just want somebody to do it.
That kid right there. And here's the thing. We talked about his speed, but how many guys did he bounce off of, right?
I mean,
in
watch
the
this.
lane. I mean, we're spinning around, guys. And how about laying some wood at the end of this? Boom! No, I'm not going down, man.
That's a $49,000 fine right there in the NFL. Just ask Jalen Warren.
Like his versatility, I'm with Moose. I would call him the best back in the state. And look, we'll see Eco tomorrow.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, we're going to, in a couple years, he's going to look like Corbin Cottle.
This was huge.
This play's huge. I mean, this is the difference in the game, right? I mean, Bountiful is up 14-13. They could have put up another touchdown there, but a huge play by the Alta defense.
Absolutely. Alta, they're getting the opportunities. They have to capitalize more if they want to pull away. Bountiful has made some great plays. Alta's made some great plays. It's just an overall exciting game so far.
Well, as these 2 teams are evenly matched, but I loved how Bountiful came right back, and I love this. He gets down the sideline, and look, you watch your right shoulder. Where is he? Right, and he's able to stay in bounds to get it for the touchdown. I just really appreciate the way that both teams have responded, because we thought, and this is why I feel even better, we said the 5A state tournament would be the best state tournament. And right now, these first 2 games, it has proven to be the best state tournament.
It has. And you talk about this matchup, evenly matched. Let's talk some numbers, shall we? You look at time of possession of these two, 11-10 for Alta, 12-50 for Bountiful. You want to talk offense, 192 yards for Alta, 176 for Bountiful. You want to talk quarterbacks, Alta's 11 of 14, Bountiful 6 of 9. Like, they're both pretty efficient with how they're moving the football here in the first half.
Yeah, we talk about Fekitoa averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Right now is at the number Dane was at, 6.8 yards a carry, 10 carries, 68 yards, and the 1 TD.
Yes, sir. I thought you were saying, what's the yards per carry going to be in the first half? So my bad. I misinterpreted.
I need to ask better questions.
Yeah, my apologies. I got that wrong.
You can always count on Dane to get it right.
He wakes up at 5 in the morning to read the handbook.
That's right.
And he has a knack for when he makes picks, somehow, no matter whether he wins or loses, he wins. It's impressive.
Even if he's wearing articles of clothing that shouldn't be on television or on the internet.
Hey, you know what? There are certain schools that we just can't name in Utah County.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So we learned that lesson today.
We do love
All
that.
good.
We do love that team from rural Utah.
I love that team from rural Utah. So the team
great.
that cannot be named in Utah County from rural Utah. So
we love them.
And heaven forbid we talk about what those animals build
well,
and live
here's
in.
the thing. I can't talk about the high school, and I can't talk about the mascot. So we're just
yikes a bee. Here we are.
2023.
Let's go through what we see in the second half. Let's start with you, Jeff. If you're Alta, Or sorry, you picked Bountiful. So if you're Bountiful, what are the adjustments you got to make?
I think if you're Bountiful, you keep doing what you're doing. I mean, Bountiful had protect the football, right? This could be a 21-13 game, and Bountiful's feeling pretty confident right now. So I think if you're Bountiful, you stick with the game plan. It's working. I'd like to see them get Satuala involved a little bit more offensively because Fekitoa is doing his thing. You got to count on Alta making an adjustment, trying to stop that. So I would try to get Satuala involved a little bit more. He's your most dynamic playmaker, so figure out ways to get the ball in his hands. But beyond that, keep doing what you're doing, keep executing, and protect that football.
If I'm Alta, what I'm going to do is I want to stop the run, first and foremost.
Force Gallman to beat you, right?
Yeah, force Gallman to beat you. I've got tall cornerbacks on the edge. I've got a lot of good things going for me. But I have to stop the run. 6.8 yards per carry, unacceptable for this Alta defense. I know you're going against a top running back, but you've got to take him out of the game and then control the clock when you're on offense. Do all you can to take up as much time and get this game over with as quick as possible.
You know, if I'm Bountiful, I think one thing for me is I would look to establish Gallman more in the running game as well, right? Because I think that helps to keep that defense honest. Play action bootlegs, that sort of a thing. He's got 28 yards rushing. Gallman does in that first half.
Physical
Keep running with that, right? Like, that's your quarterback, and if you can mix that in with the likes of Fekitoa and Morrison, it's going to keep that defense honest. Meanwhile, for me with Alta, they've ran the ball 12 times. You want to know how many times those have been quarterback runs?
Almost all of them, Matt McKay.
8 of them. And so they have not gotten Cottis involved. Now, we don't know if there's injuries or other things going on, right? We don't know. But for me, this is a 1,000-yard back. You got to get the ball in Cottis' hands, and you got to allow that to open up your offense a little bit. I feel like they're maybe too reliant right now on their quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is leaning too much on the gadget play or the difference, right? The Wildcat formation, getting that spot. Biggest things we expect to see in the second half. We have a couple more minutes before we send it back up to JJ and Sly.
More physical football. I mean, I think the physicality is only going to increase as the game winds down. These two teams have proven that they both want to win. They're both playing incredibly hard, and I think we're going to see more physical football. So who can establish themselves at the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball, that's going to be a big storyline for who comes out on top at the end.
For me, what I'd want to see from Alta is more sacks, like Tuikoi getting some more sacks, and I want to see Lenny Lapuaho getting out there and making a huge difference in the run game.
Key for me is turnovers. You know, Bountiful had that turnover inside the 10. Got to take care of the football. This game being so even, a second-half turnover could be the difference in winning and losing.
Does it come down to a kicker
We had a missed point in the first half.
I believe it does, per usual. That's the most important third of the game.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Moose thinks it's coming down to kicking.
But
shocked.
That blocked PAT was huge. I mean, not converting on PATs is what makes the difference in championship games, especially when these teams are so evenly matched.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting. Remember, you're going to have the post-game right here. As always, our pre-half and post-game brought to you by Vessel. It's near time, the holiday time, and the e-commerce sales. If you are a business and you want to find ways to lower your shipping costs, go to Vessel.com. Better shipping, better prices, better experience at Vessel.com.
Do not end it with Papa John's.
That's why I did that.
By the way, if you like Advanced Windows Fall Window Special,
yes,
you're going to love their new one.
Off $3,600 off. You get 0% interest for 48 months. Go to AdvancedWindowsUSA.com. We want to thank them. There's one sponsor we can go through. And by the way, after I think the next time you see us pretty close, we might be wearing our igloos.
It's cold.
I will be.
It got cold. The sun is gone, and it is cold.
And guess what? Vince has an igloo. Moose has an igloo. Yeah, we're going to be nice and toasty, Warren. We get ready for our night game. Let's get ready to set it back up to JJ and Sly for Dane, Moose, Jeff, and Vince. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for watching KSL Sports Rewind's halftime show. Back up to JJ and Sly.
Welcome back. We're ready to get the second half started here, just 2 minutes away. Thanks to the KSL Sports Rewind guys for another great halftime show. This is a fun one. The Alta Hawks and Bountiful Redhawks giving us a great game here so far. These 5A semifinals have been fantastic. If you missed the first one, Timpview kicked a field goal with no time left on the clock to beat Olympus, the Titans. almost upset the number 1 team in 5A. But Timpview rallies and wins at the buzzer. For the 22-20 win, the Timpview Thunderbirds have moved on to another state championship game where they'll play the winner of this game. And right now, Bountiful leads Alta 14-13 as we begin second half action here momentarily. Sly, some quick thoughts from you on what you saw in the first half. Back and forth battle.
Yeah, both of these teams are really stacked. I mean, double-digit seeded teams here in the semifinals is absolutely awesome. But, you know, what we didn't get to see last week from Alta was quarterback Kepa Nimatola at the helm. And, you know, and seeing him come in, and you can see why he had such a successful season. He's done a great job here in this first half of running, throwing, getting everybody involved. Of course, Abe Jager with that big drive, scoring drive that he was a part of. You're seeing great things. And, you know, this is crazy. We haven't really seen a lot of Anthony Cottis, which was a huge, huge part of this offense last week. So expect a lot of that. You know, Alta comes back in here and retakes the lead. This is going to be very, very interesting. They are built and ready for all of this. And so is Bountiful. Bountiful is tough, man. They're slow, methodical, offensive set. They know exactly what they're doing. What I've absolutely loved in that first half from Bountiful was the play designs. The play designs that they did, they weren't rushing anything, right? And I feel like when you go up tempo, you do that. They don't allow the specific play designs to happen. And so, you know, with Bountiful being able to take their time, their play designs and their execution level was actually just absolutely on point in that first half, which was awesome, which is going to bring – we're at a one-score game right now, right, or one-point game right now. This is going to be all the way to the finish, just like our like the first game we had today. So absolutely awesome. I can't wait to this end and see who's in the 5A state championship.
Let's take a look at some first half stats, and they could not be more even. The score 14-13. Bountiful leads Alta, but both teams have 10 first downs. Total offense, 192 for Alta, 176 for Bountiful. And both teams have punted once for 35 yards. So even the punts are even. The time of possession's almost even. 11-10 for Alta, 12-50 for Bountiful. And if you look at some of the individual stats, Nimoy Tolu's 10 of 13 for 143 yards in the first half. Emerson Gauman just 6 of 9, an interception, a touchdown. Britton Tidwell, that big 45-yard touchdown was a big play. Siaki Fekatoa had a 39-yard run. And Abe Jager's over 100 yards receiving already. 5 catches, 106 yards, including that 51-yard catch. But other than that, Sly, we're even. Those are some of the numbers that stand out in that first half. And here we are. It's both teams right where they want to be right now with a chance to go to a state championship game next week. Both teams 2 quarters away.
Yeah, if you watch this first half, you reading off those stats, everything makes sense. You're reading them off and I'm shaking my head. Yep. That totally makes sense. And now the second half, the sun's going down under the stadium now, and so we shouldn't have that issue of the sun being in the receiver's eyes. There was a few plays on the opposite side of the ball where the receivers couldn't catch the football because they couldn't see it. And now that sun's essentially going away, we shouldn't have that issue. It's going to be a very exciting finish to this game. Can't wait. Bountiful just came out of the locker room, so there's 1 minute on the clock before we kick this thing off. Love playoff football. You know, all expectations go out the window. You got to play the game. You got to make it happen. As we said last game, we expected Timpview to roll over Olympus. That wasn't the case at all. Timpview didn't win that game until the final seconds. Last second kick after her kicker missed multiple kicks in the game. Came through and in for the win. And into this one, we got a one-score game. You know, you had an extra point attempt blocked by Bountiful, and you know, Bountiful was able to score on both of theirs, and now it's 14-13 here heading into third quarter.
Coming up on kickoff here, we hope to hear from Bountiful head coach Jason Freckleton as soon as he's done talking with the officials. We'll try to go down to him and get his thoughts on that first half. But great game so far, 14-13. Both teams right in the mix here. Here we go. Mariluz is ready to go with Coach Freckleton. Mariluz, go ahead when you're ready.
Coach, first half, your thoughts and the message that you shared with your team at the half.
It's been a battle. Both teams playing hard, want it. We talked about coming out and finishing the game. We're a second half team. We've worked hard on our conditioning all year, and now's the time to prove it and go out and take it. We want it.
All right, Coach, second half team. Look forward to the second half. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
Coach Freckleton done a great job with this program, his alma mater. He's got them back on the turf of Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's been a while for the Braves, or sorry, the Redhawks. First time I did that all game, Sly. First time.
You were thinking about it so much. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
I made it until right before second half kickoff. The Bountiful Redhawks. We're about to get underway here. Second half action.
That's great.
14-13, but Alta will get the ball first to start the second half, down 1.
Battle of the Hawks.
Brigham Black will get us started with the opening kickoff of the second half right now. And that's into the end zone for a touchback. Alta will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
I wonder if the high school players hate that role. I can't.
Why would you love it? It's for their, I get it, it's for their safety, I think. I think that's the motivation there. But it doesn't really make sense whether you take it in the end zone or you take it to the 2-yard line about safety, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, right.
So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't make the rules, so yeah, I'd be frustrated. There's opportunities for plays there if you're a kickoff return guy.
Right.
Handoff, Cottis. So just like you're talking about, Slide, get Cottis involved. Well, here you go.
Yeah, I mean,
first play, and he gets 6 yards.
We were so impressed with him last week. I'm just like, yeah, just feed this guy. You know, he wasn't able to finish out on the last drive. He got a little hampered with the injury, but he's back this week. But he was just such a factor in the offense at Roy that it's like it's hard for him not to be. Even if you knew he was getting the ball, you couldn't stop him.
Nimoy Tolu's going to keep, throw it. The connection is made. Nice open field tackle. There he is again. He's everywhere. Falatau Satuala, the Bountiful star, with the open field tackle to prevent the first down. Now it's 3rd and 2.
That was actually a really, really good stop right there. Because if he broke out of that, that was the first down. Now it's not even 3rd and like really short. It's 3rd and almost 3 yards. That is not easy to pick up.
Wyatt Johnson, the tight end, with the catch. Here we go, 3rd and 2 from the 28. Now we got an issue there.
Is it offsides? I didn't see offsides. False start.
False start, number 70.
Yeah.
That's
5-yard
penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Yeah, they were bringing the blitz, right?
Yep.
And that makes that stop by Falatau even more better, or even more special, is that he stopped it, made it 3rd and 2, and now they get another penalty, make it 3rd and 7, which is even harder to pick up. So every blade of grass you have to defend. You never know your opportunity or what you can make of it.
So now it's 3rd and 7 for the Hawks. Nimoy Tolu, right at the sticks. Is it a catch? It is. That'll move the chains.
That was tight coverage. Great catch.
It's
Great
Matt McKay.
throw. Throw's going to be a little bit more outside. Either way, he caught it and made it happen. Great quick. That was 3-step drop from the shotgun. Knew exactly where he was going. Made it happen.
How about Matt McKay throwing a touchdown pass, catching a pass, and running several times? He is the Taysom Hill of the Alta Hawks. There's McKay again, but Nimoy Tolu's going to keep it, throws it. and it's short.
Oh, step into that.
Yeah, it was there.
He had it. Step into it.
Wyatt Johnson, the intended receiver.
He threw it like there was somebody at his feet. Oh, yeah, if he steps into that. I'm trying to find a way how that's not going to be a touchdown. The way it opened up, it was a perfect window. You knew exactly how it was supposed to look. Step into it, make the throw.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Empty backfield. Nimoy Tolu takes the snap. He's got a man over the top. Catch is made. Great catch.
That's huge because that's all hands.
Slade Taylor, he already has a touchdown in this game, and now he has that big gain that puts Alta in Bountiful territory.
That's another sophomore.
Yeah.
So that connection is going to be here for the next 2 years. But that was all hands. Through contact, all hands. Great catch.
McKay in motion. McKay's got it. Nope, Nimoy Tolu has it. And they're going to get a penalty on that. It's a personal foul.
As a defender, that makes me cringe. You're running in through the hole and you slide like that. That can't be a penalty. Come on.
It's the quarterback.
At the end of the play, personal foul, late hit. 0 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I understand the rule, but I don't agree. I think that's terrible.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Sly. It's just, it is the quarterback, and by rule he slid, and at that point, you can't hit him like that.
Yeah, I get it, but I didn't even feel like that was late, though.
That's tough for Jacob Brooks.
Like, I don't know if he was all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he had the intent. I don't know. I don't know if the defense could have let up. I got to see a replay on that.
1st and 10, Alta from the 33. Nimoy Tolu throws it out to McKay. McKay breaks the tackle, not that time. After all that, he gets about a yard. You got to like how Alta's getting their best players out there. They got 2 great quarterbacks.
Yes.
They decide the sophomore's the one they want to go to. So what do you do with McKay? Well, they found a way to use him.
Well, look at him. He's doing Wildcat now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you keep him on the field. He can do so much for you. He's that versatility, right? We're seeing it with Sione Vaki.
McKay over the middle. It's open. Wyatt Johnson inside the 20. McKay goes to the tight end for another nice gain, and it's a first down for Alta. They are in the red zone.
Again, another great play design and execution. You do so many fakes that you forget about the lonely tight end on the middle of the field. You fake the handoff to Kepa. You throw out to the, you play action to the other side. You look out the Kepa side again, and then you come back. It took a long time to develop, but the execution was great. And here he goes again at the quarterback position.
McKay in motion. Nimoy Tolu keeps, throws, batted down. Brig Morrison was in there. So was Evan DeHart. So another nice play by Brig Morrison.
Great job of throwing this away.
It was Morrison that deflected the pass at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 from the 17. Alta down a point, but driving here in the red zone. McKay's now at the quarterback position. It hits Nimoy Tolu, but McKay picks it up. Terrible timing on the snap. They're lucky they got the ball there.
Well, Kepa stopped. Kepa was so worried about carrying out the fake that he was in the way. Like, he doesn't have to play action to you if you're in the way. And he does. He stops right in front of the center.
That makes it 3rd and 11 from the 18. Empty backfield. Nimoy Tolu all by himself, 5 receivers. He's going to look to the end zone. Over the middle, takes a shot. Incomplete. Great defense.
That was just a hair late.
Number 3, Sawyer Crane breaks it up.
Great job by Sawyer Crane in breaking it up, but that was just a hair late. He got to throw it a second earlier. Here, throw it now. It's a little late. Allows Sawyer to recover, but you got one-on-one with your best receiver right now, and Abe Jager.
Yeah, he had Jager.
Even if he led him, he's got to lead him a little more. There's plenty of room in that big end zone.
A 35-yard field goal attempt by Cole Fisher. Kick is up.
Ooh.
It is good, and Alta has taken the lead, 16-14. So a successful drive for Alta. They get points, they get the lead with 6:58 left here in the third quarter. We will take a break. More semifinal action when we come back. Alta leads Bountiful 16-14 in the third quarter on Game Night Live.
I love my new Chevy Blazer. The first time I saw one driving down the road, I knew I had to have one. It fits my skis perfectly. It's cute and comfy. I got my Chevy Blazer at John Watson Chevrolet. My experience was amazing. The staff always treats you like family, and it was easy from start to finish. I would rate John Watson Chevrolet 5 stars. In fact, I would give them 10 stars.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would definitely recommend anyone looking for a new car to come to John Watson Chevrolet.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
We are back, 6:58 left to play, third quarter of this 5A semifinal. Alta has just taken a 16-14 lead over Bountiful. That is a touchback, so Bountiful will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
It's a little frustration right there. I wanted to bring that out.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I don't understand the rule, but it's the rule, and it takes away some opportunities for these kids to take it to the house. Yeah, if what you work on and what you do and your skill is kick returner, high school's pretty frustrating. Because there's so many good kickers these days that just send it right into the end zone.
Well, I mean, you don't even have to kick it deep into the end zone.
Yeah.
Right at the goal line, which is where you normally return it. If it's 3 or 4 yards deep, that's when you can take a knee. But if it's 1 to 2 yards or right at the line, you take it. In this case, you can't do it at all.
Fekato on the carry, bounces outside. Wow, the strength of the sophomore. Like, that's the most impressive 4-yard run I've seen all day.
Right. Bounced it from the inside all the way to the outside with somebody on your back pulling you. He's pulling. He's pulling. Great work right there.
Leka Tuakoi finally gets him, but it took a lot of effort. He did not go down easy. Second down and 7. They give him 3 yards on the carry. Alta showing blitz. They back off. Geilman against the 4-man front. Now he's going to leave the pocket. He's just going to go run out of bounds. He lost the ball, but fortunately for him, it was right on the sideline. He gets 1 yard. It'll be third down and 6. Tony Vainuku there again. Vainuku has a sack and gets Geilman out of bounds there. Third and 6 from the 24. Geilman, he's got time. Take a shot deep.
That might be a penalty.
No flag. There was contact.
Yeah, there's no bad judge back there to see that angle. There was a little pulling on the Alta side there that didn't get called, that kind of hindered the receiver from keeping going. But, hey, you got to understand where your windows are. There's no ref back there. You can do a little tug, you know. And that there was good enough to make these guys punt.
Rugby style kick. It's blocked. The punt is blocked. Alta has it at the 26-yard line. A huge play for the Hawks.
Almost disaster too, because the ball goes past the line of scrimmage. Alta player touches it and drops it. Oh.
Either way, Alta's got the ball now at the 26-yard line of Bountiful.
I'll take that. It's like a turnover, right?
That's exactly how it feels right now. We'll pick it up from there when we come back. It's 16 Alta, Bountiful 14 here on Game Night Live.
At UCCU, we understand that life is full of surprises.
Wonderful surprises.
Expensive surprises.
There it is.
In fact, we've seen it a lot.
Our daughter just got into Harvard.
I got into Harvard.
We have to pay for Harvard.
I mean, we don't even have a history of twins in our family.
Much less triplets.
Yeah, I figured I could remove the satellite dish myself.
So now we figure we'll hire a professional to fix the roof.
The point is, there's just no way of knowing when something unexpected is going to happen. See?
But with a home equity line of credit from UCCU, there's no need to worry, because you'll be ready for whatever life throws your way. Here's how your home equity grows.
Over time, the value of your home goes up. Meanwhile, as you make payments to your mortgage, the balance you owe on your home goes down. That space in between is the equity you have in your home, and it belongs to you.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees, no closing costs, and no surprises.
As in zero, zip, zilch.
Just to be clear.
Simply complete an easy application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer. Opening a home equity with UCCU is so easy. You don't even need to visit a branch.
But you always can. You can also call us, text us, or send us an email.
UCCU experts will communicate.
Back to the action here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. First down for Alta. McKay with the catch. Spinning and finally going down. Olatal Satuala makes the tackle. It's a gain of 4. This will be 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line for Alta. Tolu hands it off to Cottis.
Just the way he runs is just great. I mean, he sees contact. It's like as soon as he feels contact, it's like his legs pound harder and get those extra yards right there. There's 2 extra yards that other running backs wouldn't have gotten. That's just great running back instincts right there. And he falls forward right there for a good game, making this 3rd and 3.
Third down. Nimoy Tolu keeps it. He's short.
He's short, yeah.
He's a yard short. So Alta will have a decision to make. Do they try another field goal or do they go for it on 4th down with a touchdown in mind? Looks like they're going to kick it.
With this position, I'd go for it. I wouldn't kick it because if you go up by 3.
Oh, they're going for it. Sorry, they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I would.
Jumbo, here we go.
I'd go for it.
Look in the backfield. Who's back there? Number 77, Siosaya Lapuaho. Let's see if we see Alta's version of the tush push here. McKay moves forward. It looks like he's got it. McKay's got a big body. 6'1", 200 pounds. Big, strong quarterback / everything. Alta's version of Taysom Hill. They're going to have to measure this. This is interesting. We had a close one in the Timpview Olympus game that was huge down at the 1-yard line.
Literal inches.
They completely changed that game. So let's see what happens here. This is be huge for both teams. If for Bountiful getting a stop here, that would be enormous after the block punt.
This would be an impressive stop of that tush push. Come on, the right angle. There we go.
Get lined up. Oh, they barely got it. The complete opposite of the game before, where it was 6 inches short. That was 6 inches good. So the Alta drive stays alive. The Bountiful fans don't like it, but that moves the chains, and the Hawks have a new set of downs.
Successful tush push.
Cottis, the ball carrier, up the middle for 3 or 4 yards. Actually put him at the 12-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5. They're going to mark him shorter than that. So it's a 3-yard gain. Nimoy Tolu's going to pass. The catch is made. Just short of the end zone, but we got some flags.
Yeah, there was a lot of flags that flew out on that. Something's up. What's going on?
Tilly Afu had the catch, but let's wait on the call.
There are 2 fouls in the offense. Holding number 88. That penalty declined. Pass interference, offense number 86. 15-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
That's a big one. Yeah, that means he was blocking before the ball was out of the quarterback's hands. She cannot do. That's a big, big penalty. Fortunately,
that's a tough one for a sophomore to learn.
But it's fortunate for them that it's a spot foul, not from the original line of scrimmage.
It's going to cost them 8 yards, actually more than that, because Afu had a 1st down and more inside the 5.
Right.
2nd and 18 from the 24. McKay at quarterback. He's going to run. He's taken down quickly. So the Bountiful defense swallows him up. He gets to the 21, so it's a gain of 3. And McKay's slow to get up. Let's hope he's okay. He's trying to stay in the game, but they're going to have to bring him out. So Matt McKay is going to go, he's going to stay in the game, and he's going to split wide. Nimoy Tolu back in the quarterback position. Take a shot to the end zone. Ooh. Tipped away.
Oh, they're going to call it. Okay.
They got a pass interference. Jacob Brooks broke it up.
He had his left hand on the shoulder. He had his left hand on the shoulder, pulling him just a little bit right there. Jacob Brooks.
Slade Taylor, the target again.
0 of the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. It's still 3rd down.
So that's a good point right there. It is not an automatic first down. It's just a 15-yard penalty, essentially, half the distance to the goal, actually less than 15. About 10. Puts it right on the 11-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 11.
Still third. Still, these are some bad kids over here. He's throwing Doritos 40. Oh, gosh.
Nimoy Tolu looking left, throws. Incomplete, broken up. Falatau Satuala breaks up the pass.
Great job.
And it's 4th down and 5 from the 11. They're going to kick.
Yes. Great timing right there. Great way to put your feet in the ground and just drive on the throw by Falatau. Great view, great vision. Great understanding of the situation, forcing them to kick the field goal.
This is an important kick. 3 points will force Bountiful to have to score a touchdown to take the lead. Right now, Alta only leads by 2.
Got to make sure it's high. Oh.
From 28 yards, off the crossbar. It's off the upright.
Did it go in?
And good!
It barely went in.
Like Plico on The Price is Right.
Yes.
He comes up money.
It's like one of those basketballs that roll around the rim before it goes in. That was nuts. I wasn't sure if it landed in front of the field goal post or inside. But great job.
Not how they draw it up, but they'll take it.
Hey, they will take it. It's now a 5-point lead.
I don't think I've ever seen a field goal do that. It hit both uprights.
And
1,
the bottom
2,
crossbar.
3.
And the bottom crossbar went in. That's nice.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Right.
You get 3 points on the board. It's 19-14 Alta.
What if you won the game on something like that?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Really holding your breath.
Wow.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that was Jack McAllister. We need to give credit to Jack for one of the most entertaining field goals I've seen covering high school football in the state.
Yes.
You don't see, I've never seen anything like that. It hit both uprights. That's like the 7-10 split in bowling. It just never happens. So Alta has a 19-14 lead, 1:12 left to play 3rd quarter. Another touchback, so Bountiful will get the ball at the 20. Here's the good news for Bountiful, though. The defense did a great job in a series for Alta that started in Bountiful's 24-yard line. They only allow 3 points, and a touchdown right now would put Bountiful on top.
Right.
So they are just 1 play away from taking the lead in this semifinal game. And a great game it is. Boy, we've been blessed with 2 great games today. The first one came down to the last second. Timpview beating Olympus on a last-second field goal, and now we've got a 5-point game here with Bountiful and Alta. Geilman. What a catch by Falatau Satuala. The ball was tipped by the defensive back, and somehow he hauls it in. A dangerous throw by Geilman. But it's a first down for Bountiful.
But look how he handles this, right? He catches it off the bounce, and then just one hand, he just controls.
One hands it. Look at Limateo.
Yeah, Limateo's like, wow.
Coach Teo's like, that was pretty good.
Ever see the opposing coach wowed?
Are you not entertained?
Put that ball away.
Fekitoa, a bruising run.
For a yard and a half.
Vainuku with the tackle. We're under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Clock's rolling. We're down under 40 now. Bountiful and no rush. A touchdown puts them in the lead. Geilman hands it off. No, he doesn't. He keeps. Rolls left. Throws it.
That was a little early.
Yeah, they're going to call that. That's
Okay.
easy.
Yeah, that was early.
early.
But I didn't know if there was any ref that had the angle to see that. We did, but I didn't know if there was one on the field that was able to see that. That was definitely early.
Pass interference, number 1 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Let's see here. Don't have the angle for that, but
That official's got a nice arm.
yeah, he does. See that from center field.
Excellent mechanics. Yeah, he would have got that runner out of home on that play if that was a baseball. Bountiful pass midfield now to the Alta 49-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. The Redhawks make some personnel changes. Here we go. Geilman's going to take the snap. Pulls it down. Now he's in trouble. And Vainuku gets him again. Tony Vainuku is having himself a game.
Yes, he is. He's playing absolutely outstanding. Continued pressure. If these quarterbacks want to continue to hold the ball longer than they should, make them pay. Great job right there.
And that is how we end the third quarter. 19-14, Alta leads Bountiful. What a football game. You do not want to miss the conclusion of this one. Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook, who's standing by with some Alta cheerleaders.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Yeah, I mean, these are some of the ladies bringing some of the energy to Alta, leading the student section. I'm here with Aubrey and I'm here with Mia. They're so excited to get to talk with me, and I was so thankful for that. So, Aubrey, can you tell me just today, what has been the most special part of getting to be here at Rice-Eccles Stadium?
I just think it's so special for us because we haven't been here in 6 years, and it's just a big experience and a big thing for our team because it's our coach's last year coaching here, and we're just so happy to make it, and we didn't think we would make it here, but we did, and I hope we win.
All right, yeah, definitely. We talked about that earlier on the broadcast, just about how these players are playing for Coach Limateo. Now, for you, Mia, same question for you. What stands out to you about today? What has been the most special part of being here at Rice-Eccles Stadium?
Probably just cheering my school on in the first half because it just took so much to get here. I know it means a lot to the boys, for sure.
Awesome. Well, I know that you two are playing a big role in getting this team hyped up. I'm sure Alta football is very thankful for both of you. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining me here on the sideline. Gentlemen, back to you.
Mary Lou's, thank you. It's not just the football players on the field, but you got the student sections are here, the cheerleaders are here, the bands are here. This is a great experience for the entire student body. It's a reward for everyone to come up here at Rice-Eccles Stadium and be a part of this experience. These young men, young women will remember this for the rest of their lives.
Surely, I mean, these girls just said it. It's like we haven't been here for a while. I'm like, high school's only 4 years, so you just know this history. You know this school. Then a lot of people normally go to schools that their parents went to, older brothers and siblings have went to. And so it's a family thing. You stay in this whole, even these young football players, right? You know that's the district that they're in. I'm in the Bountiful district. I'm in the Brighton district, or the Kearns area. I grew up in this area, and so I go from Kearns Middle School to Kearns High School, and you're all in it. So being here at the state championships means a lot to not just the football players, but entire community, especially the student body.
That Bountiful student section is rowdy. Different version of Friday Night Lights on a Thursday. Thursday Night Lights at a college stadium, Rice-Eccles Stadium. We're glad you're with us for this semifinal action in 5A. We enter the fourth quarter, the Bountiful Redhawks trailing the Alta Hawks 19-14, but the Redhawks have the ball at the 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 12 after the Vainuku sack to end the third quarter for Alta.
We said it was going to come down to the finish. I truly believe that. Just like the last game at Olympus, they were down by 2 scores with 3.5 minutes left and ended up taking the lead. And
Galman hands it off to Fekatoa up the middle. He gets as far as the 47-yard line, just short of the 46. So it's going to be 3rd down and quite a bit, about 7 yards. Figure Bountiful's got to throw here. Although slide is 2-down territory. This is 4th down. You know, if they don't get it here, I'm sure they're going to go for it on 4th down. Right. So I guess you can think about it in those terms. Maybe they do try to go to Fekatoa here. 3rd and 8 from the 47. Gauman's going to throw. Plenty of time over the middle. Oh, wide open. Catch is made. That's Jacob Brooks.
It's a great throw, but I mean, there was multiple people he could have hit there. Of course, he hit Jacob Brooks. It was wide open right in his face. Good, but even Siaki Fekatoa was wide open in the flats. You throw it to him, he could get a whole head full of speed right there. And get more yards because nobody's going to want to tackle that guy.
That was too easy. Fish in a barrel for Geilman.
For real, like you had options.
First and 10 from the 30. Geilman. He's in trouble. He's going down.
Wow.
The Alta defense gets home.
That's
Miley with the sack.
And the way that blitz came, that felt like if you're playing Madden in Gauge 8, right? You drop so many back, like, get rid of the ball. You have so many people open there. There was 2 guys in the flats to the right there open. He's got to recognize that you got to take what the defense gives you. Which if they give you a check down that early, that quick, make it happen.
After the 7-yard loss, they'll give it to Brig Morrison on the carry. Clock continues to run. We're already at 9:45 here in the fourth quarter. It has not stopped since we started. 3rd and 15 from the 35-yard line. Again, Bountiful thinking probably about 4th down here. Geilman in the pocket, throws. Oh, broken up. Abe Jager can play defense too.
Right? Great job. It's who wants it? You know, both guys were in position. And they just made it happen. Great throw by Geilman. He needs to be a little bit more outside. But
I love that they were going to Satu'a. You're going to go to your best player in this moment.
Yeah, Falatau is a great possession guy. You get an opportunity to throw him a jump ball, you want to take that. But Abe Jager had something to say about it. He's like, no, I'm here. This is my area. I'm in position. And make it happen.
Okay, 4th and 15. Alta's going to take a timeout.
Had a personnel issue there.
They weren't ready for it. You never want to take a timeout earlier than you need to, but they'll take one here on a big play like this. 4th down 14 from the 34. Bountiful's got to get to the 20-yard line to keep this drive alive. What do you do if you're Bountiful here? What do you look for? Not a lot of plays in the playbook on 4th and 14.
Yeah, 4th and 14, you do the same thing. I honestly don't even think a screen would really work. I mean, unless it's a jailbroken screen and something they haven't ran, so it might be a new look, but that is definitely not as guaranteed as, making sure you hit a seam route to Fatawala or Salatal Fatawala. You could do a triple seam, have Fatawala in the slot right there, make him hit that second window. You want to stretch this defense, so have that inside guy make his post route happen quicker than a normal 12-yard post. Make it an 8-yard post, so that second window becomes open and more apparent that you need to hit it quicker. Maybe we could do these things that we were seeing last game with Olympus. Those quicks. They had the quick slant. I'd draw all the attention, or maybe do what they did in the first half on the first half touchdown they had, right? That screen to the opposite side. They faked to the one side and came back to the next. That was perfect execution. It's nice, drawn out. As you walk through it in practice, how they executed on that's a play that could work here. But for me, I'd go to the big guy. Go to Falatal Satawala in the seam. You'll have a smaller defender there or a less athletic linebacker there. Look, you got no safety over the top right now.
4th and 14, Geilman. What can he do? Big player for Bountiful, going over the middle. Tipped away, incomplete. Bountiful turns it over on downs.
Yeah, that was not where you're supposed to go. There were 3 defenders right there. 1 over the top, 2 underneath. That was not where you'd look. There was 1 guy over there on Falatal. As I said, you throw it to your best guy and see what he can do with that. But he wasn't looking the right way. I mean, if you want to look the defense off the other way to open up what you got, that's what I would do. But he didn't. I would have went to Falatal on that because Falatal had one-on-one.
The Alta Hawks are 9 minutes and 11 seconds away from the 5A state championship game. They run up the middle. They're going to try to kill a lot of clock. They've got a 5-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to try to bleed this clock. Bountiful's going to get the ball back, but
Alta did this last week to Roy.
Yes, they did.
They just milked the clock, and
they did it very well, too.
Roy never got a chance. Nimoy Tolu at quarterback. He did not play quarterback last week. He was nursing a hand injury. He did play safety. But Matt McKay played last game the entire way at quarterback. But Nimoy Tolu's played today and he's done a good job leading this offense. Now they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, it took forever getting that play in.
So they have 1 left, although they don't really worry about their timeouts right now. It's Bountiful that needs to keep and maintain theirs. We're going to take a break as well. Alta leads 19-14 here on Game Night Live. We'll be back with the end of the 4th quarter.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
From Commercial to Recreational Truck Accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
We're back to the action, 8:25 to play. Alta with the ball, 2nd down and 5 from the 39. Nimoy Tolu keeps, he doesn't go anywhere. That defense shuts him down. No gain on the play. They'll remain at the 39-yard line.
But that clock keeps rolling.
It does. Although, Bountiful
If
trying
you
to
can
get a
hold
3 and
here-
out here. That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, if you can hold her, it's nothing.
Bountiful get the ball back here quickly with 3 timeouts. Let's see what Alta can do here. This is a big 3rd and 5. They want to keep this drive alive and kill that clock. With a 5-point lead. Nimoy Tolu takes the snap. Rolling right, throws. Incomplete.
That's incidental.
Incidental contact, no yellow on the field. It'll be 4th down.
I know that Alta student body doesn't like that, but that's incidental contact.
So Bountiful got the stop.
Yeah, stop the clock as well on the incomplete pass. Giving them opportunity here to make something. This is, as I said, they're not built to go fast offensively, right?
Yeah.
So don't put yourself in position where you have to. You know, you're not a 2-minute offense style of offense. Don't put yourself in position to have to go 2-minute. Get in the lead, be in control so you don't have to do that. They can do that here on this drive.
Brooks takes the fair catch on the punt at the 25-yard line. So that's where Bountiful will start this drive. They need to go 75 yards in 7:37 to take the lead and win this game. They have 3 timeouts, so plenty of time. Clock really not an issue yet. Down 5. Here come the Redhawks.
7 minutes, 37 seconds left. Let's see how this ends.
Geilman in trouble, flushed out of the pocket. And we got a flag. Geilman's still running. Emerson Geilman to the 10, finally caught at the 5. But there is laundry in the backfield.
I don't even. That's so rough because.
Oh boy.
Emerson's going to be pissed because he's just like, I thought I was free. But
that was a great play by Emerson Geilman, and it won't count.
I don't see where the hold was, though. I mean, they crushed the pocket. He escaped the pocket, but.
See if we get another high view here. We can see if you can see it.
I was just like, I mean, you could call holding every single play. It all depends on where.
There's another view.
I don't see that.
That must have been it.
Yeah, because it looked like more hands to the face there.
Looks like someone had some hands on Lapuaho, but it didn't look like they.
Yeah, Tony Vainuku looked like he had his hands in the face of the defender.
We didn't have the entire angle there. So.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They called it. It came back, and
it's rough. That's a rough one.
Not only it's now instead of being at 1st and goal from the 5, it is 1st and 20 from the 15.
From their 15.
That is a quite different feeling in the matter of seconds for Bountiful. It's the play of the game for Geilman, and then it was taken away. So Bountiful will try to regroup 1st and 20 from their own 15, down 5 here in the 4th quarter. They're going to hand it off. Fekatoa, nothing. Great job by the Alta Hawks defense. Who is it again? Vainuku. What a game he's had. If Alta wins this game, Vianuku's going to be the hero when they watch the film. He's just been outstanding on defense.
All over the place, making a difference. You know, from his side of the field to the other side of the field. Been extremely productive from that DM position. They have to be impressed with his performance today.
2nd and 19, they get a yard. Geilman, pressure comes, he's going down. That's Ofisa with the sack. Big number 72, Fa Ofisa.
Great job. Emerson needs to feel this pressure off the rip. He's got to escape to the left. Everything from the right was not there. His left was more open. They caved in the left side of the defensive line over there, or the right side of the offensive line. If he escapes to his left, the whole field would be wide open.
Boy,
great job, great initial penetration by Alta.
This is just devastating for Bountiful. 3rd and 26 from their own 9. Geilman.
Stay in the pocket.
What's he going to do? Vianuku's coming. He avoids him. Now he's going to throw it. Incomplete, missed his receiver.
And he was
passed the line of scrimmage.
So normally they give you a little grace, but he's like 2 yards.
The line of scrimmage was 9. He threw it from the 10. It was an easy call.
They normally give you like a little yard or 2 grace, but he was past. That was, you can't do that. Which is it? Can you pass the line of scrimmage and then go back and then throw it? If you recognize you passed?
I believe so, because you've established yourself behind the line of scrimmage.
Intentional grounding on the line through the pass. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Also a loss of down. 4th down.
So what was it? Intentional grounding?
It's an intentional grounding, yes.
Because he was past the line of scrimmage? Illegal forward pass. Okay, thank you. He cleaned that up. All right.
There it is.
I was like, that intentional grounding isn't that. His receiver touched the ball.
Pass.
Yeah, illegal forward pass is what
he
that
crossed
is.
the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Exactly what we saw it was. 4th and 30 from the 5. They'll punt out of their own end zone. This is a dangerous position for Bountiful. They went from 1st and goal at the 5 to 4th and 30 from their own 5. That's crazy.
That's hurtful.
How are they going to bounce back from this? We will see. 5:42 to go, 4th quarter. They have to punt it away.
Ooh.
It's a short punt, too. It does give a little bit of a Bountiful bounce, but it's not that much. It's to the 38-yard line. So a 33-yard punt. And the Alta Hawks can finish this game on this drive.
Yeah, they really can. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. They're built for to take time away from the defense. They can go fast. They can no huddle. They can huddle. They have great rushing attacks between McKay.
So now a lot of pressure on this Bountiful defense, Sly.
Yes, there is. They got to do something. You got to strip. This is where Falatau Satuala comes in. Save this season.
Matt McKay on the carry. He's going to lean forward and get past, well, right at the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him just short of the 35. The clock runs.
Eating up clock here.
It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 35. Even if the Hawks come away with a field goal here, that would give them a 22-14 lead, an 8-point lead. So perhaps that's what Bountiful can hope for here if Alta gets a first down. We're under 5 minutes to play. Nimoy Tolu at quarterback. Quick throw outside of Jaeger.
Great job.
Bountiful's all over it. Great job by that Bountiful defense.
Call timeout.
That's a loss of a yard.
If I'm Bountiful, I'd call timeout right here. This is huge. Call timeout. He does. Okay.
They're going to let it run.
Well, I'm not down there. So I would have called timeout. I would have stopped the clock there because they're going to have to throw to do anything. You're out of field goal range. That would have been a great time to take it. You would have saved 40 seconds, potentially more, if you did.
Big play here, 3rd and 9 from the 37. McKay's in trouble. He's going to go down behind the 45-yard line.
Now call timeout. Now call timeout. Somebody call timeout.
That could not have gone better for Bountiful.
I mean, it's the same play they scored the touchdown on, so I think this defense was aware of it. Somebody's got to call timeout. This clock is rolling. They're just letting time just flow. Alta cares no other way, right? Because they lose yards. It makes it better room for them to kick a good ball. And they can just punt this regularly and still get this down inside the 10-yard line potentially.
Joshua Lillenquist got that stop.
Now they have too many guys on the field.
Oh, what a mess for Bountiful. They weren't ready for the punt?
Yeah. That's terrible. That's terrible. As I said, they're not built to go fast. And that's a shame.
That was a mess.
Because now they'll repunt it. Or they can take it at the end of the kick here and push them back half the distance here. And so Bountiful will have the ball at the 5-yard line. I had added to the end of that run if I was Alta. Pin them deep in there.
Not what they wanted there, but Bountiful has to feel grateful that they're getting the ball back with a chance with 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
That bothers me. They had 3 timeouts. They could have used one of those somewhere.
They could have saved some time, but 3:23 is plenty. But they're going to have to go a long distance here. They got to have a touchdown to win. Officials sorting this out. Good vibes on that Alta sideline. They're 3:23 away from a trip to the state championship game next Friday against Timpview, but Bountiful still has a say in that with 3:23 left.
11 players in formation on the receiving team. That penalty is declined. First down.
Oh, they're declining it? I thought it's something that you can add to the end of the run there. They would have to re-kick it either way.
They would have to re-kick it if they declined, if they accepted the penalty.
But one, that was a great punt because it's down at the 7-yard line. So that's, I mean, if you re-punt it, you have the opportunity of kicking it in the end zone and get it at the 20. So I like it.
All right, Bountiful has a chance. They got the ball back. 3:23 to go. Down 5 points. A touchdown could win it for them. But they got to go 93 yards. A field goal does them no good. Here we go. 1st and 10. Geilman. Catch is made. Brandon Wilkinson with the catch.
Same situation as we were in the Olympus Timpview game here. They had to go the length of the field. They had at least 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock as well. Plenty of time for them to do it. If they work the sidelines here by getting out of bounds and stopping the clock, that helps them from utilizing their timeouts. They can use those timeouts more on the other side of the 50-yard line where it'll be more valuable.
2nd down and 1 from the 16. 3:19 left to play. Geilman has time in the pocket. He's going to throw it to Fekitoa.
Great.
Siaki Fekitoa in the open field gets out of bounds, has a 1st down and more.
Take what the defense is giving you. They're giving you that check down route. Take it. He gets 10, 12 yards just off of a check down route. That is huge. Stops the clock. Gets them with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. That is great. They were at the 7-yard line. They're now at the 26-yard line. They are moving the ball effectively. Haven't taken much time off. They've taken 12 seconds off the clock so far, and they've moved the ball that far. That is great. You got to keep it going.
Also important to note that Bountiful has all 3 timeouts remaining.
Yes.
With 3:11 to play. Geilman from the 26.
Screen and go. Throw it out of bounds.
He's going to throw it away. Smart play by Geilman. Live to see another play. 2nd and 10 from the 26.
Yeah, which is it stinks because it's like he's so locked in on one guy and he can't go through another progression. If that's the case, you might as well go max protection across the board and see if that guy can wiggle loose.
2nd and 10. Geilman in the pocket, throws,
Nice.
catch is made. Brooks
Get on
to
the
the
ball.
39.
Got to get on the ball. Got to go on the ball. No huddle.
Jacob Brooks, the senior, with the catch. Another set of downs for Bountiful. 2:44 and counting. Geilman. Rush comes, screen. Fekitoa. We got a flag. Fekitoa has a first down, but there's a flag on the play.
If this is face mask, this is huge. I honestly don't know where that ball is being thrown.
Personal foul, face mask, number 27. 15-yard.
That is huge. That's a huge jump right there.
Yes, it is.
You get 10 yards from the play and another 15 on top of it. You get first down and 10. I believe the clock keeps going. But now they're only 34 yards away from a touchdown with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
They're feeling really good about themselves
Great
right
position and 3 timeouts.
No need to panic. Plenty of time. 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 from the Alta 34. Geilman, the junior quarterback, is going to roll to his left. He's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's just going to get out of bounds.
Smart.
Inside the 30, down to the 29.
5-yard pickup. That's beautiful. He didn't take too much time off the clock. He stopped the clock. You get to re-huddle, regroup. This team is a lot better when they can regroup, not feel rushed at the line of scrimmage with the no-huddle offense. Great job right there. Execution, great decision. Don't force it in there. And I was like, oh, is he going to go back over the top to the backside post route? No, he doesn't. He stays front side. The guy didn't wiggle open, took care of the football.
1:59 left. 2nd and 5 from the 29. Geilman complete. Fekitoa inside the 20. They'll mark him out around the 19. That'll move the chains again.
You're inside the 20-yard line. Way to use your first timeout now. Great job. Since his forward progress was stopped inbounds, the clock continues to rog, and that's why it continues to roll. That's why they had to use their timeout.
But I'll give it to Bountiful. They have managed the time here beautifully.
Beautifully. Absolutely beautifully.
They're in a position where they could really let that clock go and just go get the touchdown that they need. No pressure here, already at the 19-yard line. They're in the red zone. Run what they want to run. You got 2 timeouts.
Even if they score here, that's a minute and 40 seconds, a minute and 45 seconds at the very least that, Alta would have to drive down the entire field to get a score for. So I just think that they're in great position here, down 5. They would have to go for 2. You'd have to go for 2 because being up by 2 means nothing.
Yeah, up by 1, right?
Yeah.
You want to be up. You want to be up 22-19 at the end of this drive.
Yes.
That would be ideal if they don't run all of the clock out.
Right. Which is great. I mean, here you can do, and this is what's so good about them preserving their timeouts. You can do whatever you want. You can run a screen pass. Normally, when you're this late in the game, you're exhausted timeouts. You don't want to run plays like that'll keep you in bounds. You can do that here with what you've been able to do, and even get back to the line of scrimmage and run another play. You're not pressed to use the timeout here, even if you run the football right here.
1:51 left. 1st and 10 from the 19. Geilman. Pocket collapses. He runs. Up the middle. Geilman inside the 10, down to the 5. Emerson Geilman, the junior quarterback.
This is great. I would run the
football.
football.
Up before our very eyes.
I would. He called a timeout. I could have preserved that timeout if I was.
No, they
coach.
could have let the clock run there.
Yeah, you could have let the clock
You're
run.
in no hurry. There's 1:41 on the clock. Burn that clock. You don't want Alta to have it.
Exactly. They got a first down there. What I would have did was I'm like, huddle up, do a quick running play. That's 40 seconds off the clock, and then you'd have 3 more downs to get a touchdown with a minute left on the clock.
Exactly.
That's what I would, and you would have had 2 timeouts. So, but he burned a timeout here. I think you're good either way. But I would have burned a little more time off the clock, as you said, Joe.
So there's 1:43 left. Alta now. Remember, Alta took the 2 timeouts early in the half, and now you're in a situation, if you're Alta, it's like, whoops.
Yeah.
We really could have used those timeouts.
But folks, Jared and I are just talking about the utilization of timeouts and how important it is throughout the game for these reasons right now. You want to preserve them. You want to use them to your benefit at the end of a game. This is what situational football is all about. Is strategy, right? Using the board, the chessboard, into your benefit. And Bountiful did it to perfection here in the second half.
Here come the Redhawks. Jumbo formation. They got the big bodies in there. Fekitoa.
Great. Don't call timeout.
Yeah, now they're going to burn. They're happy about this. They're going to burn the clock now.
Yeah.
They're going to let that clock run.
Alta might take a timeout here soon.
Bountiful's going to take their time, and they're going to just try to power this in for the win.
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I would just run normal offense. Don't feel like you have to take all of the play clock. Just run normal offense. Get in the huddle, run it just like that. If you got to hike it at 10 seconds, that's great too.
Here they come again.
But you got one-on-one with Salatau up top.
Falatau Satuala split wide right. Gileman. He's going to take it to Satuala for the lead. Yes! Touchdown, Bountiful! The Redhawks take the lead with 1:02 to play. They went to their star when they needed him most, and he comes up big. On the turf he may play college football on.
Whenever you see that matchup, Falatau's what? 6'4"?
Yes.
6'5". You got a 5'11", 6-foot corner. Falatau's one of your most athletic guys. You go to that route. And again, here they are going for 2.
The 2-point conversion. This is big. So give Bountiful a 3-point lead. Nope, they don't get it. Okay. So Bountiful leads 20-19. We saw this situation in our last game. A field goal wins it for Alta. They have 1:02 left and 1 timeout. Here's another look at the Falatau Satuala touchdown.
Go up and get it, right? Wait, yeah, I mean, Jackson Tuala, right? He had the interception in the first half. He's a great athlete.
Yep.
Right? It's one-on-one.
That's D1 athlete versus D1 athlete.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jackson Tuala is 6'2" as well. But Satuala is such a presence. The way he aligned, he had so much room towards the sideline. That's literally basketball 1-on-1. Yep. Everybody's stacked in the box. That's 1-on-1 up there, man. And you got to say, my guy is going to win that. And that's what they did right there. Just throw it up and watch me work.
Let's
Great
give
job.
Emerson Gileman some love. The junior quarterback just led his team 93 yards for a go-ahead touchdown in the 5A semifinals. And that throw was not an easy one. If it's short or off target, that could have got picked. It was perfect to Satuala for the lead. Okay, now Alta has a chance. They've got 1:02 on the clock. They've got 1 timeout. They only need a field goal to win this.
Let's see, 62 seconds left. What do they got? What do they got?
So they're going to move it to the right hash. Oh, it's bobbled. The snap's bobbled by Kepa. He's just going to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a screen and go right there, but the bobble didn't even allow the pump fake to happen. So Bountiful was in position, almost got sacked inbounds.
So Kepa Nimetolu just throws that away. So that's a lost play. That burns 10 seconds off the clock. It's 2nd and 10 from the 20. This is a sophomore quarterback in a pressure situation. Nimetolu. Over the middle, incomplete.
Ooh.
Oh, we got a flag coming from the back judge.
What's the flag?
Must have been holding on the defense. We'll see what the call is. I shouldn't call it before. And Bountiful's arguing the ball was tipped. No call.
Good catch.
No flag.
I was about to say, that looked like an uncatchable ball anyway. But good teamwork by the officials.
Third and 10 from the 20. 51 seconds left. Nimetolu looks left with trips to the left. The throw, the catch is made. It's a first down. The clock will stop momentarily while they move the chains, but it's going to start quick. They've got to hurry and get to the line. They got a new set of downs in 42 seconds. Now the clock's ticking. The clock's moving. Down to 35 seconds. Nimetolu takes it.
Oh.
He's just got to throw it up. Incomplete.
Jailbreak.
Bountiful wants intentional grounding.
There's a receiver over there.
They're not going to get it.
He's going to come discuss it, but there was a receiver over there.
So Nimetolu throws it away.
Grounding area.
Afu was over there. 2nd and 10 from the 34. 30 seconds left for Alta. Got to have a big play. One timeout left. He's going to take a shot down the middle. Oh, it's almost caught, but it's blocked and taken away. Brooks breaks it up. Jacob Brooks, the senior. Nimetolu.
That was huge because that was...
Went to Slade Taylor, and Taylor couldn't bring it in.
Slade Taylor, who's had an amazing game thus far.
The Alta fans don't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Garth Weber.
That was Weber, 88, sorry.
He's that was almost a huge play right there.
3rd and 10 from the 34. 24 seconds remain. Alta down 1.
Hit it with the pressure. Boom.
Boom, he's down.
Jacob Brooks.
It was Brooks again.
Timeout.
Back-to-back huge defensive plays by Jacob Brooks. Alta has to call their last timeout.
Great job right there and great play calling. Timely play calling also with execution. They were not anticipating the nickel blitz. They're anticipating the defense settling off, being aware of the pass, and trying not to get beat deep. But no, coach says, no, bring the pressure. I don't want him sitting back there all day. Brings the nickel off the edge. Jacob Brooks makes the huge sack. Forces 4th down. This is a big, big 4th down. This is the game. Another 1-point game. This is awesome. Yeah, that Bountiful student section is going ham right now. As they should. This has been an excellent football game.
$19 seconds, 4th and 17. This is the ball game. Nimetolu going deep. It's a jump ball. It's incomplete.
The Bountiful Redhawks take over on downs. They're 12 seconds away from a state championship appearance.
It's not Miami here. Just take a knee and we can get out of this thing with a win.
That's what they're telling themselves on the sideline right now. Victory formation for the Bountiful Redhawks. A come-from-behind victory for Bountiful. They had to go 93 yards in the fourth quarter for the win, and they did it. And then they needed to stop, and they got it. And now they're going to take a timeout, which they still have.
I would have took the penalty. Forget it. Don't matter. Well, they orchestrate and use their timeouts appropriately so they can use it, so go ahead. But one knee here. They were excited. If I would have took that penalty. I'm just like, you guys deserve the celebration. That penalty is because you guys did your job on the defensive side of the ball. Forced this game. It's a 1-point victory. Absolutely beautiful. Hats off to Bountiful.
The Bountiful players getting their crowd riled up. The Bountiful student section. They can feel it. They're going to be back here on Friday next week with a chance to win a state championship. What a tremendous job by Coach Freckleton and his staff. Bountiful was the 10 seed. They lost a region championship game to Roy on their home field. And here they are, headed to the 5A state championship game.
They beat the team that beat them to get here. Absolutely epic game. The excitement is well deserved. Great job by the Bountiful Redhawks, fighting all the way through this football game. It's not easy. Alta came out smoking with the first touchdown. Bountiful stayed resilient, followed suit. Great execution. 1-point lead going into halftime. 1-point lead to end it.
The Bountiful Redhawks outlast the Alta Hawks 20-19. And another thriller in the 5A state playoffs. What a day it was. Both 5A semifinals delivered in a big way. Both coming down to the very end. But in the end, it's Bountiful and Timpview that walk away victorious on Thursday. Those two teams will meet next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time to decide the 2023 5A state champion. What a run, what a season for the Alta Hawks. Cinderella all the way. And it's a sad moment for those of us who appreciate the coaching career of Alem Mateo, knowing that this is his last game.
Yes.
As a head coach, he's done so much for the game of football in this state at the college and high school level. He's helped so many young men win in the game of football and win in the game of life. Coach Teo, we salute you, and we wish you the best in retirement as you wrap up your career here tonight.
Absolutely beautiful. If I was losing, I'd want to make sure that I was in the game, and my team fought, and they did. You know, Alta gave it their all. This was awesome. They had the lead for the majority of it. This is just an epic battle that we said it from the very beginning was going to be an epic ending, and I think it was, man. You know, Bountiful coming back and scoring that touchdown, just beautifully orchestrated as far as the utilization of timeouts and clock control, only leaving so much time left for Alta to operate. It's the game of football, and what Coach Teo has done for the game of football, he's got to appreciate how it went out, right? You know, these kids are playing the game the right way, you know, on both sides of the ball, from his opponent to him, and we said it, last week. There's so much respect throughout the state for Coach Teo, right? And what he's been able to do. This has just been absolutely great.
Let's go down to Mary Lou's Cook, who's standing by with Falatau Satuala.
I talked to your coach at the half, and I asked him what his message was to you guys, and he said, this is a second half team. How did that come into play tonight?
It's the same message every single game. We condition every single day. We know that we're going to be more conditioned, and just we wanted more in the second half. So coming out every second half, we just have a little more fight in us.
Bountiful's first time making it to the semifinals since 2011, and what a way to advance to the 5A state championship. What is the feeling for you right now?
Beginning of the season, we were all saying we're going to state. I don't think anybody believed it, but throughout every single weekend, week out, we worked so hard, and every week it just came more and more true. So it's such a big accomplishment. I think everyone's just so happy.
And for the contributions that you made personally, what kind of significance does that give you heading into this state championship game?
It's always a team sport. Everyone worked hard. Everyone made plays every single play. Shout out to everyone else. Doesn't feel significant to me. I'm glad my whole team gets to come back here one more time.
All right, amazing. Best of luck to you moving forward.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. Falatau Satuala, one of the best players in the state, a 3-star talent, one of the top 5 players in the state according to 24/7 Sports, and he leads his Bountiful team to a state championship game. And you see it all the time, Sly. Look, he's right. It's a team sport, but you see so many times those special players that make big-time plays in the biggest stage, and he did it tonight.
It's got to feel great for him, right? I'm pretty sure in the offseason, so many other schools now with the landscape of high school sports and free agency, quotation marks, free agency, and guys being able to go anywhere and transfer to school. But we talked to Falatau about that and how he's just like, no, man, I'm very loyal. I love these boys that I grew up with and played with and grinded with in the offseason, and I want to stay here and make it special for him. He had injury early in the season. They fought to keep them in the conversation, and now they're here today. It was just beautiful.
Marilou standing by with Bountiful quarterback Emerson Geilman.
All right, Emerson, my goodness, what a win. Come from behind to be able to lead your team here. What does that mean to you personally?
It means the world. It's the whole team. The line played so well. Everyone did their job. We've really came together as a team this year. We've had a lot of close games, and I think it showed tonight. No one was going to give up, and we had each other's backs the whole game.
Down the stretch there, especially, what kind of confidence did your defense give you?
Oh, we know they're gonna fight tooth and nail for everything. And offense, we stalled a couple times, but we knew that they had our back, and they came up huge for us. They played their tails off all game long, and just love my teammates. They're the best.
You're heading to the state championship. What is the feeling for you?
Oh, it's remarkable. This has always been our goal. We had some rough moments early in the season. We had some tough losses, and we were 2-3. And we had such high expectations. It really hurt at the beginning, but we're better for it. And we're playing our best brand of football right now when it matters. So we're excited for next week.
All right, peaking at the right time. Nothing better. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mariluz. The Bountiful Redhawks are headed to the 5A state championship game. They defeat the Alta Hawks in a thriller, 20-19. The 5A semifinals did not disappoint. We're not done. We've got the 4A semifinals coming up at 6:30.